I got a call from a very distraught 5-year-old. Someone stole my body book. I said, do your parents know that you're calling? He said, no, but I know that you solve mysteries, and I know that you can help me. Someone stole my body book. It's such a good book, and I want it back. Will you help me? Well, I thought about it for a minute. And he hadn't really done a properly pro bono case in a while. Just helping somebody out. So he said, sure. Tell you what, why don't you hand me over to your parents, and I'll make sure it's okay with them. I said, okay, thank you. Here's my address. And he gave all the address. He said, okay, but generally don't give your address out to people you don't know on the phone. Okay, sure. Here's my mom. A very confused woman picked up the phone. Hello? Who is this? I said, my name is Ollie the Octopus. I'm a private eye, and I'd like to help your kid find his book. I said, oh, I'm sorry that he bothered you. He called you, didn't he? He did, but it's okay. It really is okay. I've been looking for a way to just help out for a couple of days now. I'm doing too many serious cases, so I'd be happy to help. I said, if you really want to, sure. Here's the address. But you really don't have to. It's not a big deal. I'm sure we'll find the book or whatever. So she gave Ollie the address, and Ollie headed over there. Now, Ollie got to the house, and the kid came running out the door. Ollie, you really came. You really came. That's so cool. Oh, I'm such a big fan. Oh, man, this is so cool. Thank you for helping. I said, sure. So you've heard of me? Have I heard of you? Yeah. I read every newspaper article about you. I read your blog. Anytime you're on TV, I always watch it. I think you're like the coolest. I said, oh, well, that's very kind of you. It's always nice to meet a fan, I guess. I don't have that many fans, but I'm sure you do. I know all my friends think you're the coolest too. I said, oh, well, you're making me blush now, but so tell me about this book. I said, right, so it's the body book, and it's so cool. It shows all the different things that are inside your body. Like this one page has all these veins and blood vessels and things, and another one has all the internal organs, and another one has all the nerves and stuff, like eyeballs and brain and stuff. And there's a page about skin and a page about skeletons, and it's honestly the coolest. And it's got this like transparency thing where you can see the different pages as you kind of build up a person from the back page. It's super rad. I said, okay. And your copy has gone missing. Yes. And I know it's my copy because the cover is torn a little bit in the top right corner, and on the inside of the front cover it says "From Dad." I thought, okay, that'll help. So where did you see it last? Well, I'm sure I saw it in the car yesterday. We went to the park and I read it in the car. I said, okay, did you read it in the car on the way back or on the way there? I think I read it on the way back and on the way there, but my dad doesn't think so. He thinks I might have left it at the park. But I didn't take it out of the car. I know that. I'm sure of that, because I didn't want to lose it. So I know I didn't take it out of the car at the park. I said, okay. What about inside your house? Does it usually live in your car, or does it usually live in your house? Around this time, the kid's mom and dad came out. Oh, you must be Ollie. So, thank you so much for coming. I'm sure he's told you that he's a big fan. He said, yeah, no, he told me. It's flattering. I'm just a simple private eye, but I'm glad that exploits are entertaining. He said, so it's honestly not a huge deal. It is a big deal. It's my favorite book, and it's lost. Someone stole it, and it's terrible. Okay, yes, it's a big deal. And they sort of winked at Ollie. Dad said, I'm going to go back to the park and take a look around there. I know you think you didn't have it out there, but it's not that far away, so just in case, I'm going to go look there. I said, before you go, let me have a quick look around in the car. I can often, get down into some places that are hard for people to see. So I looked around in the car, underneath the seats, in the weird corners, but there were certainly toys and other things in there, snacks, M&Ms, but no book. So the dad headed off. And I said, well, I guess we should take a look at the house. I'm assuming that you've already looked all the expected places, like bookshelves and beds and things like that. I said, yeah. We've been up and down the whole house as far as places I could think of. I said, all right. I'll tell you what's your name? What's your name, kid? My name is Blaze. I gave them all a look. No, that's really his name. It's a French name. Blaise. Oh, okay, like Blaise Pascal. Yeah, exactly, like Blaise Pascal. I'm going to be a scientist like him. I said, that's cool. That's cool. That's a cool name. So tell me, Blaze, where is your favorite place to read your body book? Oh, I like to read it in the sunroom downstairs. That's my favorite place to read it. During the morning and in the afternoon. The sun is bright and it's warm and nice, and that's just my favorite place to read any book, really. I said, all right, let's start there. So they looked all around the sunroom. Ollie got up on top and climbed up the wall and looked down. He got down really low and looked under everything. He looked behind things. He found a couple of things that they were missing. There was a stuffed animal that he found that had been missing for a month. So a couple other things like that, but no body book. Next, they went up to the kid's bedroom and looked all around there, kind of a similar technique. Ollie climbed up onto the very top of the highest thing, which was a bookshelf, and he sort of reached his way up and climbed up on the window, the top edge of the window. Looked all around, and no luck. He looked all through the bookshelf just in case. Looked under the bookshelf, behind the bookshelf. All kinds of different places. And they went room by room by room by room by room. And Ollie is very good at looking for things. So he felt pretty darn confident that if he wasn't finding it, it wasn't there. He even looked inside the dresser drawers in case it had slipped back behind and fallen on the bottom. But nope, it wasn't there. They were at it for a while. The mom was kind of grateful because in the process of doing all this looking, they also kind of picked up the house, which was nice. And Blaze was getting to work with Ollie, learning Ollie's techniques, seeing Ollie in action. Ollie let himself kind of show off a little bit. Blaze said, so can you really change color? I said, oh yeah, I totally can. Check this out. And he turned blue. Then he turned red. Then he turned green. Then he turned bumpy. Then he turned smooth. And Blaze was just cheering and yelling, yeah, that's so cool. Wow, yeah, that's really neat. I said, and I can color match too. Check this out. And he climbed up in about half of himself on the couch, which was sort of a navy blue, and half of himself up on the wall, which was kind of a yellowish white. And he color changed. So the part of him that was on the wall was yellow, like the wall, and part of him that was on the couch was navy blue, like the couch. It was pretty cool. And then they got back to looking. They looked outside. They looked down in the basement, although Blaze said he didn't like the basement. He didn't like to go in there. They were looking for a while. They were having fun. They were enjoying each other's company. It was overall a pleasant way to spend an afternoon. At one point, Blaze's mom said the magic words. Ollie, can I make you a cup of coffee or anything? I said, oh yeah, a cup of coffee would be great. And Blaze giggled because he knew how much Ollie liked coffee. Well, Ollie was just about ready to give up. He said, I'm really sorry. I'm running out of ideas. But right then, the dad came home. He came in the door with a big smile. Said, I've got it. And Blaze came running, and Ollie came running after, and the mom came walking after. There in his hands was the body book. And there was a tear out of the cover in the front. And Blaze opened it up and looked right to the inside cover and where it said, from Dad. He gave Dad a big hug and said, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Dad. Oh, I'm so glad to have it back. I thought I'd lost it. Where did you find it? Where did you find it? I said, it was in the car. I found it when I was getting out to go look at in the park. I said, oh, good, good, good. Thank you so much, Ollie. Even though we didn't find it, I really liked looking with you. It was really cool of you to come. I said, yeah, I had a good time too. Do you want to read the book to me? They said, yeah. All right. Why don't you go in the sunroom, and I'll be in just a minute. I can read the book, I can drink my coffee, and then I should probably head on. I said, okay. He ran into the sunroom. I looked over at the dad and said, so, where'd you really find it? I said, what do you mean? I said, I looked all up and down, and then there's no way it was in that car, in that van. I'm sure of it. The dad gave a sheepish look, scratched the back of his head, and said, well, thing is, I just got another copy. I didn't go to the park at all. I went straight to the bookstore, picked up another copy, tore the corner, bought a Sharpie, wrote from Dad, and I scuffed it up a little bit and brought it home. And Ollie smirked. I said, now that you've gotten a new one and pretending it's the old one, you know what's going to happen, right? Mom said, yep, we're going to find the old one almost immediately now. I said, well, I'll leave you to navigate that. I am going to learn about what's inside the body. So Ollie went in, and Blaze read the book to him, and he was a good reader. And that was Ollie in the case of the missing stolen body book.